Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. President Donald Trump announced on Wednesday that the United States is contemplating a reduction in its military personnel stationed in Germany. This statement comes amid a growing dispute with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, reportedly concerning the ongoing Iran war. Trump expressed his consideration of troop cuts via his Truth Social platform, suggesting a determination would be made in the near future. The U.S. has historically maintained a significant troop presence in Germany, estimated to be around 35,000 to 50,000 soldiers. This potential withdrawal is seen as a continuation of Trump's past criticisms of NATO, and appears to be linked to perceived lack of support from allies regarding the U.S.-Israeli conflict in Iran and efforts to ensure freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and German Foreign Minister Johann Wadefel reportedly discussed these critical issues, including Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, in a recent phone call. Chancellor Merz, while downplaying the personal rift with Trump, acknowledged Germany's doubts about the U.S.-Israeli war in Iran and its consequential impact. This development follows reports of the U.S. considering other retaliatory measures against Western allies, including potential actions regarding Spain's NATO membership and the Falkland Islands' sovereignty. The news originates from JG Press. NPR reports that former President Donald Trump stated he engaged in a conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday. According to Trump, their discussion encompassed the ongoing conflicts in both Ukraine and Iran. While the article's headline specifically highlights a possible ceasefire in Ukraine, the body of the article broadly refers to the wars in Ukraine and Iran. Further details regarding the specific nature or outcomes of this reported conversation were not provided in the brief dispatch. This brief announcement from Trump suggests potential, albeit unspecified, diplomatic overtures regarding these major global conflicts. Brent crude oil prices surged to approximately $123 a barrel early Thursday, driven by stalled U.S.-Iran talks and ongoing war worries, which cast doubt on the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and a permanent end to the conflict. Brent crude for June delivery jumped 4.1% to $122.88, while July delivery rose 2.5% to $113.17. Benchmark U.S. crude also climbed 2% to $109.05. Before the war, Brent crude traded around $70 per barrel, and current prices are approaching the 2008 peak of $147.50. The escalating conflict has also led to market volatility, with the U.S. dollar hitting a nearly two-year high against the Japanese yen at 160.61 yen, bolstered by its safe haven status and the Federal Reserve's steady interest rates. Meanwhile, world stock markets mostly retreated, with Tokyo's Nikkei 225 down 1% and South Korea's Kospi falling 1.4%. China's factory activity showed slight deceleration but remained in expansion. This report is from the Canadian Press. NPR reports that the ongoing Iran war and the closure of the strategic Strait of Hormuz have had significant detrimental effects on the global economy. However, the article highlights that Iran's domestic economy was not in a strong position even before these events, having been faltering for several years. The current conflict and its associated geopolitical actions are adding considerable strain to an already weakened economic situation within the country. From Al Jazeera, Myanmar's leader, Min Aung Hlaing, has implemented a nationwide reduction of 1/6 for all prisoners' sentences, a move that further shortens the prison term for deposed leader Aung San Suu Kyi. According to a member of her legal team, the 80-year-old Nobel laureate will now serve approximately 18 years of her 27-year sentence. This blanket measure comes as Myanmar marks a public holiday. Amnesties are typically granted on Independence Day in January and during the New Year in April. Aung San Suu Kyi has been in prison since the 2021 military coup that toppled her elected government. Her allies maintain that the charges against her are politically motivated. Despite being held incommunicado and her family warning of her deteriorating health, she remains a significant figure in Myanmar. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.